Excitement is at an all-time high as Ferrari unveils the SF25, a bold leap forward in F1 innovation. The team has dedicated an incredible 600 of their 900 wind tunnel hours to fine-tuning this revolutionary design. Adding to the anticipation, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc will take the SF25 for its debut run on February 19th. Meanwhile, the FIA's new TD18 aerodynamic rules are set to shake up the competition, and Cadillac's massive 1,380 wind tunnel hours for 2026 could change the game entirely. Stay tuned for the latest F1 updates. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. The stakes are high for Ferrari in 2025, but an even greater challenge looms in 2026, with Formula One's major regulation overhaul on the horizon. Ferrari must balance resources efficiently to remain competitive while preparing for the future of F1. Loic Serra, the team's new technical director, has devised a precise strategy to split development between both seasons. He has assigned a specialized group of engineers to work exclusively on the 2026 project, ensuring early preparation for the new regulations. Meanwhile, the rest of the team remains focused on optimizing the SF25 for 2025, dedicating 600 of their 900 wind tunnel hours to its development. This dual-focus approach is critical for Ferrari's long-term success. Unlike past seasons where Ferrari made incremental changes to their cars, the SF25 is being built from the ground up. Vasseur admitted, "We'll have less than 1% of the parts in common with the 2024 car." This signals a bold move that could either push Ferrari to the front or present a high-risk challenge if the concept does not perform as expected. The team is dedicated to developing the SF25 in the first 4 months of the year, showing that their primary focus remains on 2025. This means Ferrari is putting everything into the new car before shifting attention to 2026. Because Ferrari finished runner-up in the 2024 Constructors' Championship, they have 60 more wind tunnel hours than McLaren, but 60 fewer than Red Bull. This makes every testing session crucial to ensure they maximize their development and do not fall behind. And speaking of Red Bull, Ferrari's biggest weapon might not be their car, it could be their new star driver. One of the most thrilling moments of the 2025 season will take place on February 19th, when Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc drive the SF25 for the first time at Fiorano. Hamilton, a 7-time world champion, brings unmatched experience and technical insight to Ferrari, with his expertise in fine-tuning a car potentially being a game-changer for the team. Hamilton's arrival has ignited a wave of excitement among Ferrari fans, with many believing he could be the one to finally break their title drought, which stretches back to Kimi Raikkonen's 2007 championship win. Johnny Herbert, a British former motorsports racing driver, shared his enthusiasm, stating, "There's going to be so many lovely stories that are going to come this year, with Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari and the excitement that's brought. This is the perfect scenario for Lewis." But while Ferrari prepares for 2025, the FIA is making a major rule change that could shake up the entire grid. The FIA's technical directive, TD18, introduces new regulations to limit front-wing flexibility in Formula One, ensuring a more competitive and fair playing field. The directive restricts how much a front-wing flap can deflect under a load of 60 newtons and enforces stricter flexibility tests for teams. These changes will take effect at the Spanish Grand Prix in 2025, with updated measurements for fish plates to ensure compliance. Before we continue, we hope you're enjoying our video. If so, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more news and updates from the F1 world. This rule was introduced after the 2024 season, where flexible wings helped teams close the gap to Red Bull. By reducing front wing flexibility by about 1/3, TD18 aims to curb aerodynamic advantages while still allowing teams to adapt without discarding existing components. Additionally, this directive will help the FIA better understand front wing flexing, ensuring greater regulatory compliance across the grid. However, TD18 mandates wing changes before the Spanish Grand Prix, forcing teams to make mid-season adjustments. This adds another layer of complexity to 2025 development, making it even more challenging for teams to maintain performance. But Ferrari isn't just battling rule changes. They also have to keep an eye on the 2026 competition, as some midfield teams are already making their move. While Ferrari is balancing their resources, some midfield teams like Sauber, soon to be Audi, Racing Bulls and Haas are reportedly shifting their focus entirely to 2026. Insiders claim that these teams have already allocated over 50% of their resources to 2026 development and will move to full focus by May 2025. This could mean that Ferrari might have less competition in the 2025 battle, but if the midfield teams make an early breakthrough in 2026, they could challenge the big teams sooner than expected. And speaking of 2026, Cadillac's entry into F1 is making serious waves. One of the biggest surprises heading into 2026 is Cadillac, which is set to debut under the General Motors banner. The team has been granted 1,380 wind tunnel hours, a significantly higher allocation compared to established teams like Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull. This gives Cadillac a major head start in developing their first Formula One car, leading some experts to believe they could disrupt the pecking order in unexpected ways. In contrast, the 2024 wind tunnel allocations for other teams pale in comparison. McLaren, 1,020 hours, Aston Martin, 1,080 hours, Alpine, 1,140 hours, and Williams, 1,200 hours. Wind tunnel hours are crucial for teams as they allow controlled testing of their vehicles, helping to improve aerodynamics, reduce drag, and optimize performance while saving costs. With such a significant advantage in development time, Cadillac's 2026 entry could bring a fresh challenge to the grid. Using Ferrari's state-of-the-art wind tunnel gives Haas a performance advantage as it is regularly updated due to Ferrari's Formula One commitments. Additionally, this provides logistical continuity for Haas, ensuring efficient car development without needing a separate facility. While Haas recently formed a technical alliance with Toyota, this does not include access to Toyota's wind tunnel. Instead, Haas continues to rely on Ferrari's infrastructure, maximizing their development potential. Despite struggles in recent seasons, this technical partnership ensures that Haas remains competitive, particularly with the massive regulation changes of 2026 on the horizon. And last, speaking of Ferrari's 2025 upgrades, their bold new suspension design is turning heads. Ferrari has decided to implement a pull rod front suspension for its 2025 Formula One car. This change is aimed at improving aerodynamics and lowering the center of gravity, which could enhance overall performance on the track. Additionally, the team hopes this modification will help mitigate porpoising issues that affected their 2024 season. This is the wrap of today's video. Ferrari's SF25 is shaping up to be a true game changer. With massive wind tunnel development, a fresh design approach, and Hamilton's highly anticipated debut. But with new FIA regulations and Cadillac's bold 2026 entry, the F1 landscape is shifting fast. What do you think? Will Ferrari's all-new SF25 finally bring them back to the top, or will the competition outpace them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this update, hit that like button, subscribe for more F1 news, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.